Okay, the October flea market haul. I don't generally do flea markets this time of year. I usually cut it off at Labor Day, but I figure what the hell, wasn't doing anything else anyway. A bit of a gray and rainy day, windy, cold. First flea market I hit wasn't too bad. Second one it was miserable, got wet, got sicker than I already am, which is not good. But got a few things, as you can see. Let's get out a list. World War II helmet shell, just a shell, a little rusty, but solid. Nothing particularly wrong with it that some cleaning and painting wouldn't take care of. I'll probably leave it that way. Another outers cleaning kit. Never have too many of these. It's got everything with it. Even most of the gun solvents there. Probably use once or twice. Always good to have spare rods. Even got a little tiny screwdriver with it. That is an industrial oiler, engine oiler, for some piece of heavy industrial equipment. That'll end up on eBay. Let's just say the price was right. Okay, we found a single bayonet today. That's really the only bayonet I saw. It was, like I said, a kind of a small showing because of the weather. Now this is a VZ-24 bayonet. It is actually modified by the Germans during World War II for use on the K98. As you can see, they cut the ring off here. Get a closer look at that. It appears to be unissued since the modifications. I don't see a serial number stamped on it. Hasn't been sharpened. The bluing isn't worn on the blade or the scabbard. A very nice find. VZ-24 bayonets are not that uncommon, but German modified ones are just a little bit. An S&K quarter-inch drive set. I can never have too many of these. I do have a tendency to lose sockets, and ratchets migrate when I'm not looking. Always good to have those, and a good price on it. Now this I couldn't resist. I didn't need the sockets, but I like S&K breaker bars. Really can't beat these. Oops, it's kind of jammed in there. They're really heavy, much heavier than Craftsman. I've never yet managed to break an S&K breaker bar. Broke like 6 or 7 Craftsman, but never broke one of these. And it was a good price that I couldn't resist. And I got some extra sockets and a nice S&K box with it. Found a single Victrola record there. And as happens, I also found another memorial flag draped over some furniture. And I rescued that. It is not properly folded yet. I need help for that, and that is not here at the moment. And as you can see, I found a Kennedy toolbox. This is a nice one. It has padded drawers, so I'm going to use it for some phonograph items that have to be specially stored so they won't be damaged. Has a piece here that comes up and covers this. Oh yes, we have a little oil can. These are good for my Victrolas or my guns or anything else that requires oil. It's got a nice long spout on it. Copper plated steel. Always good to have a few extras of those. I always seem to need them, so I keep one all over the place. But really the best deal of the day for this particular flea market was a gentleman I saw who was selling these. This is an entire collection of pocket watches that he seemed... Well, I know the dealer. He does those clean-outs, house clean-outs, and what are those storage locker things. And I guess he gets stuff like this, doesn't really know what to do with it. What he failed to realize was that while these are fairly utilitarian cases, this is your everyday work watch case. Every watch here is between 1863 and 1905. What he did not realize is that, as you can see from that triple sunk dial there, this is a high-grade 17 joule movement in there. High-grade movement, low-grade case. These are all nickel cases or coin silver. Not expensive, not rare. High-grade movements, yeah, they're kind of nice to have. And as you can see, this one's actually working. I believe 3 or 4 of these are working. I think the entire collection probably does, but some of them have stuck because they've been sitting a long time. They need lubrication. We have Rockford. We have Waltham. We have Elgin. These here are all 18 size pocket watches. We have a couple of 14 size here. This is a very nice New York Standard. I'm sorry, I forgot the name of it. New York Standard watch. That's a high grade movement in there. It is a gold filled case. 1898 in this one. And it's very nice. It looked like it was barely ever used. a little 14 size Elgin with it. Let's just say the price was absolutely irresistible, enough to drag me into picking up pocket watches again. The oldest of these, which one was it? I think it was this one. Yeah. The serial number in this one comes back to 1863, Civil War. And that's not too common, especially a running watch. Very nice Walther movement in there. And it appears to be a period correct case. Probably the original that was selected for it back then. I was looking only to buy one or two. And before I could even make an offer, he came out with an irresistible figure, which of course I dickered with anyway, and got a few bucks off of it more. And I'll add that to my pocket watch collection. Just one of those things, lousy weather, no customers. I come along and he jumped at it. He probably made money on whatever it was, but if I was to sell these, I would do very well, so I'm not worried about that. Memorial flags. That makes how many in the last 2 months? I believe 4 of them. People lack respect. Really do. That should have been in a shadow box and displayed on somebody's mantle. Instead, it was sold at a flea market draped over furniture. Nice when you see people showing proper respect for their veterans, but hey, you know, it's the kind of world we live in now. And that about does it. And by the way, this bayonet is the mate to, excuse me, is the mate to the one I bought from the same vendor at the last flea market show. He actually had 2 of them. Sold me the last one, which is in the last video, which I had not properly identified at the time. And then today I spotted this one. In fact, I was looking for it. And I found him again, and sure enough, he had another one of these bayonets. He only had 2, apparently. I did ask him. And he thought they were Yugoslavian bayonets. I thought they were, because I'm not a bayonet collector. When I buy a bayonet, then I look into it. And I only really buy them if the prices are really good and I have a rifle to put it on, which in this case I actually do. This would be correct on any German K98, really. So I went back to him. I actually had the Kennedy toolbox, too. Kennedy made some nice toolboxes, and this is a nice heavy-duty one, and it's going to be perfect. I mean, I could use it for the watches or the phonograph reproducers, which is what I'm actually going to do with it. They're delicate and need special storage, so those nice padded drawers would be perfect for that. And that is the grand total of the flea market. I didn't even eat at the flea market today. It was just nasty. Cold and raining. And I got a cold myself, so I'm halfway through the flea market, sneezing my head off and coughing and choking. And I was hoping to find a liner for that helmet, but actually I think I have one stashed away somewhere. I'm going to have to look around and dig it out. I know I did. From some previous flea market haul. And I believe I covered everything. Small haul, but not bad considering the weather handicap we had today. And that's it.